Okay, let's jump in. It's January 24, 2026, and today we're doing a deep dive into a text that honestly feels like it was written to critique our own social media culture, even though it's 2,000 years old.
It really does. We're looking at Matthew chapter 6, verses 1 through 15, and we're working from the ESV text, but also some really insightful devotionals on this idea of, well, performing righteousness versus actually being in communion.
Right. And our mission today is pretty specific. We want to get to the heart of why the text argues that public displays of devotion can actually be, harmful.
It frames it as a choice of venue, really. You're either on the street corner or you're in the secret room, and it makes it very clear you can't be in both at the same time.
So let's start with that street corner. The imagery is almost comical. It talks about hypocrites sounding a trumpet when they give to the needy.
And that word hypocrite is so important. In the original Greek, it just means an actor, a stage player.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not saying they're bad people necessarily. It's saying they're treating their faith like it's a performance. It's theater.
And the trumpet is the awry. It's the look at me signal. Today, that's not a trumpet. It's the carefully framed photo of you doing volunteer work.
It's the humble brag post, exactly. And the text makes this very specific, almost economic argument about it. It says, if you do that to be seen, truly, I say to you, you have received your reward.
The transaction is closed.
It's closed. You wanted the applause. You got the applause. That's it. There's no rollover credit, spiritually speaking. You can't cash out with human praise and expect a dividend from the Father. You can't double dip.
That's a pretty sobering thought, that you can do something objectively good, but the motive just cancels out the spiritual value.
Completely.
So how do you break that cycle? Because it's not as simple as just trying to be humble. Our brains don't work that way.
Well, the advice it gives is almost behavior therapy. It's very practical. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
Which, that sounds impossible. I always know what both my hands are doing.
Of course. It's a metaphor for a kind of unconscious goodness. The goal isn't just to be secretive, it's to be so immediate in your kindness that you don't even have time to give yourself a pat on the back.
You remove the audience, even the audience of yourself.
And then it gets even more physical. It says, go into your room and shut the door. It's not just about finding a quiet place, it's about changing the entire dynamic. Out on the street, you're the main character.
But in that room,
in the secret place, you're the listener.
And that idea of listening, it flows perfectly into the next part about prayer. Because if you're alone with God, you don't need to heap up empty phrases.
Right. And this goes against how so many of us approach prayer. We treat it like a cosmic vending machine. If you just put in enough words or the right words,
you'll get what you want. But the text says the Father already knows what you need. So what's the point of the Lord's Prayer then? If it's not about informing or persuading God.
It's about alignment, calibration. Look at the absolute core of that prayer. Your kingdom come, your will be done. That's the moment of surrender. You're not trying to bend God's will to fit your life. You're praying to align your life, your thoughts, your actions to His will.
So it's not a shopping list.
It's not a shopping list. It's an alignment session. The daily bread, forgiveness, all of that comes after you've submitted to that greater reality.
But there is one very sharp condition attached at the end. It's the only commentary Jesus adds after he finishes the prayer.
Yes, the forgiveness clause. If you do not forgive others their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
It feels, almost jarringly legalistic after all this talk about communion.
It does on the surface, but if you think about the mechanics of it, it makes perfect sense. It's not God being vindictive, it's structural.
How so?
Think of it like this. If your heart is a clenched fist, holding onto a grudge against someone else, it is physically incapable of being an open hand to receive grace for yourself.
It's a blocked pipe.
It's a blocked pipe. You can't ask for mercy to flow to you while you're building a dam to stop it from flowing to someone else. In public, you can fake a smile, but in the secret place, that resentment is deafening.
And that's why the performance has to stop at the door.
The mask has to come off, and when you're faced with your own desperate need for forgiveness, it suddenly becomes a lot harder to deny it to somebody else.
It's a heavy but really necessary idea. We are just about out of time, but here's something to think about. In a world that is so driven by likes, by metrics, by public validation, where are you currently tempted to perform rather than simply to be? Thanks for diving in with us.